Bren'DUH, April 2021.
I said things are made from other things.
Profound. Essentially a layman's summary of the first law of thermodynamics, i.e., nature cannot create or destroy matter or energy. They can only change form.
It's not deep. It isn't deep. It isn't hard to understand, but apparently it is for you.
Nah, it's pretty cut and dry. As mentioned, it's just a restatement of the first law of thermodynamics.
I thought it was to describe particles just coming in and out of existence from nowhere. And you're still,
Well, that is something that does happen, yes.
You out your cotton-picking mind. So particles come into existence from nothing, eh? Didn't you just say 10 seconds ago?
Things are made from other things.
So how can things be made from other things and, at the same time, have things, particles, made from nothing, as in no thing, and not bludgeon the law of non-contradiction into a bloody pulp? Por favor. Number 1, law of non-contradiction violation, that is, a paradox. Number 2, apparently now your statement
It isn't hard to understand.
is hard for you to understand. And finally, you are now in direct contradiction with the first law of thermodynamics. How's that feel? Forgive me, but you're somewhat of a cluster on a second grade coherency level.
yeah. So things come out. How do they think? How do things form out of nothing?
Well, they just do. We observe it.
You just observe it. We can now add batshit insane delusional to your numpty dipshit paradoxical first law of thermodynamics violating title.
We can prove experimentally that virtual particles do in fact exist. They come out of nothing and disappear back into nothing.
Virtual particles, eh? It would probably behoove you to look up what virtual means. The only things that come from nothing and disappear back into it is your basic reasoning skills and science acumen, which are hovering right around preschool level. And your fairy tale religion, the ball-tard spinning space monkey religion. Number 2, you have no scientific experiments. You don't even know what one is. And number 3, Professor Matt Strassler, Particle Physics in Particle Physics Basics, Virtual Particles, What Are They? The best way to approach this concept, I believe, is to forget you ever saw the word particle in the term. A virtual particle is not a particle at all.
Fatality.
It refers precisely to a disturbance in a field that is not a particle. A particle is a nice regular ripple in a field, one that can travel smoothly and effortlessly through space, like a clear tone of a bell moving through the air. A virtual particle generally is a disturbance in a field that will never be found on its own, but instead is something that is caused by the presence of other particles, often other fields. End of citation.
Say hello to my little friend!
Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
We can prove experimentally
Oh, what do you mean? Oh, wow, man.
You just stepped right in it, numpty.
Science doesn't prove things. Uh-oh!
we can prove experimentally.
I'm sorry, that's a little bit of word games. I will not accept that science proves things because scientists will stand up all day long and say, no, I'm sorry, we don't prove things.
Uh-oh!
We can prove experimentally.
You cannot prove something scientifically.
Uh-oh!
Can't you numpty dipshit Baltard spinning space monkeys at least make it a little difficult for incoherent second graders to pummel your dumbasses? Don't you have, like, Be Kind to Dumb Animal Week conventions or something? At least get within 85 degrees consistency with your collective dumpster fire message so that the little Lebowski urban achievers can't flamethrow you in between iterations of Candy Crush? Is that too much to ask? Currently, it's easier shooting pregnant hippos in a fishbowl. Spinning space monkeys. Spinning space monkeys. Now, it's one thing to be in direct contradiction with your fellow brain-dead baltards. However, it's an entirely new straitjacket to be in direct contradiction with yourself. And as we all know from your belly laugher history and your earlier bash yourself in the face with a spade shovel first law train wreck, it's quite clear that this is your happy place.
We can prove experimentally. Science can't prove anything.
What the hell did you just say?
We can prove experimentally. Science can't prove anything.
Say what?
We can prove experimentally. Science can't prove anything.
Out of here! Look behind return! It's a twister! It's a twister! Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party